Hi, this is Yaffi Lvova, registered dietitian nutritionist and owner of Baby Bloom Nutrition. And I'm here today on Nap Time Nutrition to talk about should you hide vegetables in your kids' food or your husband's food, whatever. So this is kind of a controversy lately, and I've got an interesting approach to it. I want to first talk about the definition of hiding. I know this sounds very political, but are you really hiding food if they know it's there, even if it's still hidden? So the definition of hiding, okay, so something is pureed in and you can't see any trace of it. They don't know it's there. Your husband doesn't know that you put pumpkin puree in the muffins, and your kids don't know that those chocolate muffins that you made were made with zucchini, or that your cookies were made with garbanzo beans, or your brownies are made with black beans, like the recipe I posted yesterday, which you should all try because it's super delicious and fudgy. So the vegetable has a different name, color, texture than the whole food version. It's completely unrecognizable from its original version. So let's talk about this definition here. A lot of people are making cauliflower rice lately, and so if you make cauliflower rice and you put it in front of your kids and say, have some cauliflower rice, that's not hiding. It's cauliflower served in a different form. However, if you put the same dish in front of them and say, here, have some rice, and you hide the fact that it's actually cauliflower, that's hiding. So there's the difference there. And also if you make zucchini noodles, so some people call zucchini noodles zoodles. So if you say, here, have some delicious zoodles, or if you say have some noodles and try to pass them off as actual pasta, that's hiding. But if you call them by zucchini noodles or zoodles or whatever, or if the kids make it with you, which I'll get into, that's not hiding. That's incorporating. Hiding vegetables can cause some trust issues with your kids. So let's talk about why. The first thing is that, let's say you really go far with this and you try to match the vegetable to the color of the food you're serving. So if you're making something that's orange and you puree in some butternut squash and there happens to be a chunk that they find, oh no, there's a chunk of squash in my food, but they didn't expect it. So the kids think that you're trying to pull one over on them and they're not going to trust your cooking. Furthermore, they're going to know that if you're trying to sneak food in on them, that it comes across as pressure, and they are more likely to say, I don't like that. I don't want to try that, because they know, the sadistic little toddlers, they know that you're really trying to push something on them and you want them to eat it. Therefore, they don't want it. They will learn to not like that food. And that's the end result. That if they catch you sneaking food in, they're not going to trust you. They're not going to like the food. You're teaching them to not like that food. So let's talk about incorporation. Incorporation could seem the same way. You're still serving zoodles. You're still serving cauliflower rice, black bean brownies. The incorporation part versus hiding is that they know it's there. You tell them it's there. You show them it's there. You cook together. When I posted the black bean brownie recipe, which you should all try, which I mentioned, there's a picture of my little guy putting the black beans in the mixer. He knows they're there. He knows that it's part of it. For brownies, it's just one more ingredient. And so he knew. It wasn't hiding. The same thing with the Popeye muffins that I posted, which is also an awesome recipe. Those muffins have a 1/3 cup of spinach in each muffin. And so some people would say that's hiding, but the thing is that I make it with my boys. And it's a blender recipe, and they're putting that insane amount of spinach in the blender. Those muffins are bright green. There is no hiding the fact that there is spinach in there because I don't use artificial colors in my kitchen. So it's not hiding because they were involved in the process and they know that it's in there. You also want to serve alongside fruits and vegetables. So when we're making those Popeye muffins, they're actually taking handfuls of spinach and shoving it in their mouth, which is kind of crazy because if I were to put a plate of spinach down in front of them, I don't know if it would be the same thing, but they love sneaking food from me. So that's fine. They're still experiencing the color and the texture and the flavor of that spinach mixture, the spinach kale that I used last time, they know what it tastes like. They look at it and they can recognize it as a healthy food. We talk about how spinach makes you jump higher and run faster. And so it's not, that's another way that it's not hidden. You serve it alongside the food where it's been incorporated. Kids need to recognize the fruit or vegetable or the legume and see its texture and its color and recognize its flavor and see that it's all familiar. The thing with kids and, you know, husbands is that they want familiar foods. They want what they grew up with, in the case of husbands. And in the case of kids, they get scared of food. There's a phase called neophobia where kids actually start being afraid of foods that are not familiar. So you use the beginning time when they're first being exposed to food in order to make everything familiar, and you just keep running with that. But if you are hiding all of your vegetables, nothing's going to be familiar. They don't know what a healthy plate looks like, and they'll go into adulthood with that. If you are making pizza and it's a cauliflower crust and you are pureeing spinach and carrots into the marinara and you're using some kind of crazy cheese, I don't know what you would do with cheese, they still see that it's pizza. So a better idea would be maybe do all that, but say, hey, this is a cauliflower crust. Let's make the sauce together. And then serve some veggies on top of it. Serve some sauteed garlic and spinach or something on top of the pizza, because then they're going to recognize this is a healthy addition to meals. This is what my plate should look like. This is what's going to make me feel good. Because what is going to stop them from taking your healthified version and just going and getting fast food pizza? They don't know the difference. This idea first hit me when I was doing my dietetic internship. All dietitians have to do rotations in different fields. And I went to a school system. They get notoriously bad raps. This one was really making a lot of effort. They actually had 5 or 6 dietitians on staff. But they would take their burrito, and there's something about the tortilla, and there was something about the beans, and there was something about the salsa. But in the end, the kid who is eating that burrito thinks that they're just picking up a burrito and eating it. And they're going to feel better because of all those vegetables. And they'll get the health benefits of eating those vegetables. But as they get older, they don't understand that they were eating those vegetables. They don't know to recognize them. They don't know when they start cooking themselves that they like those flavors. So it's very important for kids to recognize that they're eating vegetables, to see the vegetables on their plate, to understand that the texture and the flavor, so that they can have a healthy relationship with food moving into adulthood. So feel free to incorporate your fruits and vegetables. It's not as much an issue with fruits as with vegetables. Incorporation is a good thing. Involve your kids in the kitchen. Involve them in the shopping and the gardening. And I feel like I say this every time. Just be involved with your kids and their nutrition, and they will understand what nutrition is and how they should eat in order to feel their best. So I'm open to any questions. I know I have a couple people who just joined right at the end. If you have any questions when you watch the full video, please comment below, and I would love to hear your recipes and what you do at your house. The next couple weeks are going to be a little sporadic because of the Jewish holidays. So I'm going to be doing Naptime Nutrition on Wednesday, next week, and the week after. And then we'll get back to Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching.